Welcome to Jagees Cookbook. Now this is a very special episode, especially during the summer months because it's very hot outside and people love eating cool things, chilled things. So I thought of making or showing you how to make my version of the ice cream cake. Now an ice cream cake or a cake filled with cream is actually an Italian dessert. From that came the ice cream cake, and this particular ice cream cake of mine is a very easy one to make, totally simple and totally easy, totally simple to make when your guests arrive. You can make all your dishes and make this ahead, keep it in the freezer, deep freeze, and you're ready with a lovely ice cream cake. This does not involve any cooking or baking or anything. It's just buying things from the store, assembling everything together. Now the assembly is the main process in this particular ice cream cake. Once you assemble it right and put all the correct ingredients, it's totally yummy, totally filling, and in fact you can invite over, have a kids party, and you make this ice cream cake. All you have to do is cut pieces and serve it to them cold. So they're happy with a lovely ice cream cake. Cake is there, ice cream is there, totally wonderful combination. Now you can change accordingly. Let's see how this is made. This doesn't actually involve any cooking. Now first of all, what we have to do is we need around a liter, okay, of ice cream. Now it all depends upon your cake pan. I've got a spring foam pan here, and it all depends upon the size of your cake pan. Mine is a 23-inch cake pan. Now I'm going to mix all these things together. First of all, this is a store-bought vanilla ice cream, okay? All I'm going to do is I'm going to put some butterscotch chips in it, okay? Butterscotch. Dark chocolate chips, milk chocolate chips, yes. You can add any chips except, well, banana chips. Add all these things together and you can mix it up. Okay, this has to soften a bit, okay. Once it's softened, everything will be lovely. Usually what they do in a cake, the Italian version of this cake, is they add cream and cake. Here I'm going to add ice cream and cake. Now to add more, more texture to it, I'm going to take a Ziploc bag and I'm going to add some cookies. Now you can add any chocolate cookies. I've got some Oreo cookies here, okay, and some Bourbon cookies. Add anything, and what I'm going to do is simple, very simple. Just going to put it in a Ziploc bag, and if I can find my rolling pin, all I'm going to do is bash it up. Okay, so I'm going to take this and bash this. Make sure it doesn't have any air. We don't want to make it like very powdery. We want some into little pieces and some, well, really mashed up. So it all depends. If you want a bit of texture, I advise you to do not go at it too much. That's enough. Okay. All you do is, otherwise, you know, you won't get that bite. You don't need this anymore. All you do is put this in. Lovely. It depends. Now everything depends upon how much you want. Now the chips was, well, a quarter cup each. That is the butterscotch chips, the milk chocolate chips, and the dark chocolate chips. You can also add white chocolate chips. You can add any chocolate chips. But like I said, not potato chips or banana chips. Mix everything up. Just look at this. Yum, yum. This is the ice cream filling. Okay. Yum. Gorgeous. Now the ice cream should not melt. It should just be soft so that you can mix everything together. Now, you can add cherries if you want to, glacé cherries. It all depends upon you. But here I'm not going to add any cherries. Just going to keep it simple like this. In fact, a dessert like this itself is totally yummy. And I can't resist the temptation of having this. So I have to have it. Lovely. Yummy. Now, this is done. What we have to do is assemble the cake. For that, we need some chocolate cake. Any chocolate cake is done. Any shape is no problem. What you have to do first is either aluminium foil or cling film. Anything. You don't have to worry. Springform pan. Take a cling film. Just line it well. In fact, I'll keep it here. Let the cling actually overlap. I'll show you exactly how to do it. Okay, keep that there. Cut it. Okay, let it overlap a little bit because we will need it. Next, what we need is line it fully. Do it the opposite way. Now, if you don't have cling film, or if you find it very hard to actually work with cling film, like I do sometimes, you can usually go for the aluminum foil. There's no problem for that. Okay. Now, why I do this, why I line the cake tin is it's easier to take it out. Otherwise, all the ice cream and the cake will stick on to the pan. So this is a very foolproof method of doing it. Yummy. There. Okay, so my cake pan is lined well. Now what we have to do, we have to start our assembly. We need chocolate sponge. Now this is a good chocolate sponge. Okay, all I have to do is just assembling it. It doesn't matter, the shape doesn't matter. All we have to do is make sure the base is completely full, because otherwise it won't set properly. Once it's totally covered, the base is covered, we're going to sprinkle some milk, and the whole thing is going to become one base. It's not going to, it's not going to be like a jigsaw puzzle, right? Like now it is. So we've got our base complete. We add a little bit of milk. Sprinkle a little bit of milk. That is to let all the pieces join together to be made into one base. Okay, and just press everything with your hands and make it into one piece. Okay, so this forms into one piece. Now, you can make your own cake, but come on, it actually takes out all the fun about making this actual wonderful ice cream cake. The fun of this is buying things from the store and assembling it and making something even better. Okay. Now, once that's done, we're going to take our ice cream. Ooh, this is heavy. And I'm going to add this into the cake base. Okay. Just spread this along. If you've got a smaller cake tin, then you wouldn't need 1 liter of ice cream. You'll need less than that, probably half a liter of ice cream. It all depends upon the size of your cake pan. Now, if you've got leftover, you can freeze it and serve it as ice cream, just like that. It will be totally yummy. Next, so we have our middle layer set here. Next is our top layer of cake for our ice cream cake. All we do is fill everything up with the cake. Now this is around, well, 1 kilo of cake. That's probably enough. You can try 1.5 kilo for this amount. Like I said, just mix all, you don't have to be precise in everything. Just have to cut the pieces and just put it accordingly, because after this is set, we're going to cover it all up with chocolate sauce, and everything is going to be totally beautiful, and you're not going to see the different parts of the jigsaw. That's more than enough. Now, all this we have to do is cover this whole thing up, and we have to freeze this for around 6 to 8 hours, so that everything will be well combined. After 6 to 8 hours, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a yummy chocolate ganache or a chocolate sauce and spread it all over it and decorate it, and you're going to have your ice cream cake. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. Cover it up with an aluminum foil. Okay. And stick it in the deep freeze. And after 6 to 8 hours, this is going to set beautifully. And we're going to have a layered ice cream cake, that is top and bottom layer, and in between lovely ice cream with chocolate chips and butterscotch chips and biscuits, Oreos, Bourbons, all sorts of different things. And then after that, we're going to pour a chocolate sauce all over it. Totally yummy. This is it, the best dessert, and no effort whatsoever. There. I'm going to keep it in the deep freeze. Once that's set, I'm going to chocolate it, and we're going to have a lovely time. Now, once we take the ice cream cake out of the freezer, we are ready to frost it or ice it. Just like we take a cake from the oven and cool it. Here we don't have to cool it because it's already cold. I'm going to make a nice chocolate fudgy sauce to go over it, and it'll make it perfect. So all we have to do is just slice it and eat it. What I'm going to do is I need some chocolate. I've got some chocolate, milk chocolate, and some Mars bars too. So it gives that nougat type of texture. Okay. So this is around 200-250 grams of chocolate. Into this, I need to add around a little bit, a quarter cup of fresh cream. Okay, and I'm going to make a sort of ganache and gently heat it on low heat. Okay. So we get a lovely chocolate sauce, and we're going to pour this chocolate sauce, hot chocolate sauce, over the cold ice cream cake, which has been set already now. Now, keep on stirring it, and it's better if you could, just mash it up a bit or break it up a little more, the chocolate, so that it makes things easier. I was lazy and I didn't do it. Okay, now my chocolate ganache is done. You can see, perfect. Now, If you don't want to make your chocolate sauce, you can buy ready-made chocolate sauce from the supermarkets. Okay, so that's no issue. You can actually have a butterscotch sauce or chocolate sauce, but I prefer to make my own. So it's very, very simple. Equal quantities of chocolate, plain chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, Mars bar, 5-star, anything, and equal quantities of cream, okay, fresh cream, and you end up with a lovely ganache, totally yummy. This is what I'm going to use for actually icing the ice cream cake, okay. Now is the time to take the ice cream. Now I have already prepared an ice cream cake so that I could show you how it actually turns out, because it actually needs 6 to 8 hours to set and harden up. Otherwise, it just won't work. Okay, so I'm going to take the ice cream cake out and I'm going to show you exactly how it is. There. Now, what I'm going to do is, I just covered it up, so don't worry about it. And because this is a springform pan, I'm just going to take this out, okay? And because it's frozen, have to be very careful. Now, I don't have to worry about anything. This is the cake set properly. Whew. Okay. And now I'm going to keep it on a cake stand. Okay. On a cake stand. You can see the ice cream in between and 2 cake layers, okay. Once you ice it, you won't even know it's an ice cream cake now. Then what we do is add the chocolate ganache over it. This is only done during the time of serving. When it's time for serving, you can actually do this. Otherwise, you don't even have to do this. You can just put icing sugar or icing powder on it. Just want to make it, okay, let it flow. The good thing about this is once the chocolate reaches, gorgeous. Once it actually hits the ice cream cake, it solidifies, so it makes things easier. Now, to make things even beautiful, I'm just going to add some chocolate strands or sprinkles, or you can even add colored ones. All depends upon what you really want. And it's totally gorgeous. If you think you want to enhance the appearance a little more, you can add, white chocolate strands or colored chocolate strands, strands, anything you want to make it more prettier. So because it's nice and chocolatey, I thought of using this. But then you can add a bit of colored sprinkles just on the side to give it more beautiful appearance. I mean, this is totally yummy. I mean, it's not too much effort, and yet it's something totally authentic and done by you yourself, assembled by you. It's one of my favorite desserts, and I'm very proud of it. Apt, very, very apt for a summer party where it's very, very hot. Yummy. You can decorate it as per your liking, and I thought of just adding one more cherry in the middle to make things very pretty. Totally wonderful. Our ice cream cake is done. This is not a normal cake. It's an ice cream cake which has an ice cream, okay, in the middle, and 2 layers, top layer of cake and bottom layer of cake. You have to eat it as cool as possible. Serve it as soon as possible, and then put the rest in the refrigerator. Otherwise, the whole thing is going to melt. So you enjoy this beautiful, totally wonderful ice cream cake, which is totally delicious, cool, refreshing, and very, very lovely. Meant for all the kids at home, just for their summer holidays.